Hey guys, happy new year, happy 2024. And let's be honest, I'm recording this on the 17th of January. You should already have got your 2024 underway, but I am here to help you out if things are not going as smoothly as planned, because that's why I wanted to do this YouTube video. By the way, if you haven't followed me for ever, then my name is Hither Mann. I am a venture capitalist, or let's just say a private equity investor. I invest in property, financial trading, and well, which is public market, let's be honest. And I invest in companies, and I'm raising a 100 million fund for founders from all kind of backgrounds. I want to help the average human being become wealthier, whether it's just pure financial literacy that I give you through my Fortune Academy trainings, or if it is something more powerful, like getting into private equity, getting into kind of the world of investment banking, which is what I do at the Billionaire Project. Either one of those worlds, I would love to see you. And I'm going to put as much information out on YouTube to help you just kind of frame your mind in the right way to think about money in a healthier way. So let's go back to basics. Beginning of the year, which I absolutely love, but sometimes I see people can get very overwhelmed, and it is an overwhelming month. January is not an easy month for people to get their plans together. It's kind of like a comparison game. People go on kind of overachieve. They feel like they should be doing a lot more than they actually are. So I want to help you break it down into steps. Number one, I want you to actually look back at the last 12 months, which does require a lot of effort. People think that looking back over a year is going to be a quick exercise, but it's not. It's a lot of things to be honest about, and look at what didn't work. Now, if you're anything like me, and if you've had mentorship from me, you will know I do monthly coaching calls where I actually make you have a look and keep a milestone check every month. But if you've never done that with me, then I suggest, we're starting in January, or no matter when you're watching this, you can start the process right now. Look back at the last 12 months and see what has worked really well. What did you do fantastic that you'd like more of and improve on that? Or what didn't work? And that's like the hard bit. Most people don't want to admit where they've gone wrong, because sometimes we kind of like to repeat mistakes. But I'm going to give you one quote that I hope you always remember, which is life's lessons will keep repeating themselves until you learn. So I need you to start learning from what didn't work. For example, if you're running a business and you know that a certain product that you were so in love with, I mean, I know this because I am a founder for 20 years, and also I coach founders since 2012. So I've been watching both sides, my side and their side, and I can help see the common problems are when people are so in love with their product, when a founder absolutely loves their product and thinks the whole world should buy it, but they don't. And then they have to sometimes they're in denial and they keep going, when actually they should be getting someone, ideally a mentor, or if you're really honest with yourself, you will be able to kind of look back and be like, that didn't work. Why didn't it work? So kind of not repeating the same mistakes. That's number one. Find out what didn't work for you. And then the second question is why? Why did it not work? Maybe it was not a developed enough idea. Maybe you didn't have the right positioning, the timing. Positioning means, how did you come across to your client, to your customers, to your investors, whatever it is that you're trying to do in life. Even if you're in a job and you didn't feel like you got the progression that you needed, how did your positioning in your workplace affect that? If you were coming across too weak to your employers, were you not making the right impression? Were you not looking like you were in command of what you're supposed to be doing? Now that applies to if you're in a job and if you are a business owner. So kind of going through that, and I would suggest always, obviously, write things down. Pen and paper makes sense. You need to write down all the things, so just make 2 columns, things that you did great, things that you could have done better with. And then let's go to that part, the things you could do better with, and ask yourself, why did it not work? And then third section, a new page, is in a perfect world, what would you want to do? Would you want to have this in your life still? So whatever project you're working on, would that still be a thing? Or if you can't really get the clarity, and I think that's where some people get really mixed up, you can't sometimes get the clarity of what you want to do. So I would say, what is your ideal world like? If you want to just go to really big picture, macro view of your life and say, what would I really want to achieve here? And then reverse engineer it. Sometimes that's what you need to do. you are at point A, this is B. Whatever B is, that's what you want to say. If I had a magic wand and I could have any life in the world, you know, what would it look like? That's what you want to write on paper. You can't just think about it, because if you think about it, it just stays as like concepts, vague ideas. Once you start writing it and you start detailing it, it really becomes a reality. And that's pure neuroscience. I've got so many books on the shelf behind me. So many of those books are purely neuroscience based. And when we start thinking a brand new idea, and by writing it, it becomes a little bit more, well, technically what's happening is you get new neuroscience, new firing of electric like impulses through your brain, and actual visualization occurs. So if you can visualize your brand new life, then you've got to ask yourself, who do I need to become to achieve that goal? And that's where the money is. Because once you realize that you at person A can only achieve what scenario A is, but to achieve this big circle B, who does that person need to become? And for me, you know, in 2024, I had a big look at last year. And if you guys have been following me on social media, you'll see that last year, all I've been focusing on was the Billionaire Project, like so much, you know. The Billionaire Project is where I want to raise a fund for investors, for founders. So I've got a whole load of investors that I've got networks with. I'm going to be raising and putting together a fund. But the hardest bit, I mean, putting money together isn't the hard bit. You know what the hard bit is? It's actually making the deal flow quality. And my fund is going to invest in companies. And I need really quality founders. And that was the reality check I had in 2023, that I spent so many months looking at founders and getting founders on board, whether it was through online event training, whether it was in London or Monaco. And I actually asked myself, did I like the quality of the founders I had? And I'll be honest, I didn't. And it's a horrible thing to say, because I was thinking, well, what could I do better there? And so what I'm doing better is I'm actually going straight to venture capital funds and other funds that are existing in the UK and Europe, even America, but mainly UK and Europe, because that's where my fund's going to be based. But I will invest in any founder globally. But I wanted to see deal flow. I needed quality deal flow. So I'm testing out, working with various very professional setups where, you know, right now the venture world is very flawed. So if you're going to raise money, if you want to raise money for your company, you email a pitch deck to a big company. Like they have these fancy websites that say, oh, send us your pitch deck. And the person on the back of the email is not an investor. It's like some random low-level junior analyst that is watching and learning. And sorry, if they're watching this video, they're going to get pissed. But anyway, the truth is, it is a investment manager, but actually it's never usually them. It's a junior working for the investment manager that is just ticking off boxes. Oh, it doesn't have this, it doesn't have that. They don't really ask the right questions. They don't even know what to ask. They're looking at numbers. When you're an early stage company, it's all about the founder. Yet no founder gets to speak to investors, gets to show their personality, and has any kind of communication. So that's where I want to change things. And so when I was looking last year, I saw that many people I brought into my training, yeah, they were great. They had lots of ideas, but there were two kind of idea stage, which I don't like. They're not investable right now. So I think what I'm going to do this year, so my long story short is I look back at 2023 and realized that a lot of people are chasing a pipe dream, which is really frustrating to watch. So I want them to stop chasing a pipe dream and get a bit more real with what they're trying to do. So they need some training. They need to understand what makes their company investable. I mean, do they need to have a solution to a problem, first of all? Many of them were giving me ideas that were not even a great solution to even a problem out there. Some of them were creating a solution to a zero problem. There was no need for that product, you know, and I was like, I don't get it. So my investment thesis is very simple. I am founder focused. That means if I see a founder that is very impressive, then I know they are going to be investable, and I will, you know, be likely to keep an eye on them for a few years and get them under my mentorship, or have an incubator or an accelerator or whatever it may be, and we will keep them in there to get them to post revenue. So pre-revenue, meaning when the company is not making money, that's when they need all the help. They're not investable at that stage, unless they've been a serial entrepreneur, many successful companies in the past, and then they want to get into a business, then those are exceptions to the rule. But if you're a brand new person, come out of a job and say, I've got this great idea, I want to be a business owner, and I'm going to create the world's, I've even heard someone say, I'm going to create the next Facebook. It's so cringy when people say that, but people do say that. And you're thinking, well, you've just come out of a job. You've never run a business before. Who on earth are you to say that you're going to create the next Facebook? You don't have a clue on how to create wealth out of a business, let alone your idea. So I have to get those people to post revenue. So that is what I'm going to be doing in the Billionaire Project, getting a portion of the deal flow that is pre-revenue to help them get to post revenue. That is, make some money first. Then I know that clients actually, if someone pays you for a product or service, that is proof, undeniable proof, that there is a solution to a problem that you are fixing. If you're just an idea and it's forever an idea and it's stuck in tech and R&D and all this nonsense and all these excuses, but no one is paying you yet, then I can't invest in that. So I want to get people post revenue. And then in that process, I want to make sure that founder is someone who's got some real grit in their personality. Are they going to give up quickly or not? And they need real feedback. I love to see how founders take feedback. When I coach someone, I love seeing how they react when they get reality checks. Like, how coachable are you? And that's another thing I saw that wasn't so good. Some people were great, took it on the chin. Others not so good. They took it personally. Everything was like, oh, she's not the right person to understand my vision, when really it was me trying to help them become more effective. Don't get me wrong, no one's fallen out. Don't worry, we're all happy. But in that process, it's really sad to watch when someone is kind of letting themselves down by just being stuck in a tunnel vision with a really bad idea. So I have really had to tweak my 2024 plans. So the Billionaire Project, what you'll see me doing on social media now, will be very different. It won't be like those workshops that I've done in the past. It's because I just didn't feel like the quality I got from them was that good. So I'm going to different sources to get founders from much more powerful places, people that are ready to pitch. To even be ready to pitch is a big deal. I could talk about this all day long. I'll do follow-up videos about women, because I have a whole area of concern of women reaching out for funding versus men, and there's a major difference in that. So I really want to harness those differences. As a female, I want to help as many women really raise the bar, because they really don't. They play themselves really low. Men are great, they're confident, and I love that. I want to see much more confidence in women. Of course, there are some really cool women that I mentor and I love them, and they're the ideal candidates, but I need to get all kinds of women. Most women are always saying, I'm not ready for this yet. I don't think I'm there yet. And I don't want to hear that. I want to have people who just bite the bullet, just take it. Get ready and take the opportunity even before they feel ready, because you're never ready. Okay, and then I know I'm on a bit of a ramble, but the other thing that I actually was looking back on, and I thought, okay, I've covered property bridging last year because I am offering 100% bridging finance. And what I noticed with the property bridging is that people all love the idea of buying a house, no money down, but they don't want to put the hard work in. And that's like just the general gist of life. If people want success, they've really got to put the effort in. And property isn't easy, so it's something that I do coach you on how to get deals. But I have some good news. In 2024, I've actually teamed up with a tech company, a prop tech company that is good at finding deals. So I'm gonna, when I teach you guys how to use my bridging finance, I want you guys to use, or optionally use, this friend of mine owns a tech company that searches properties online. There could be some good deals for you there. So that's a second way I'm going to help my property investors or property entrepreneurs, because I'm the investor and they're buying deals. Maybe they're buying and selling, or they're just buying and holding and renting them out via a mortgage. So whatever you need, I'm happy to help you with the 100% bridging. So I'm going to keep doing that. And the third thing that I haven't done enough of in 2023 was financial trading. Now, I have done this for years, right? So I've started as a coach in financial trading. I am the world's first female trading educator on the planet, right? So female trading educators, don't get me wrong, there's loads of men. And I did it purely because women needed more representation in this world. There are not enough women that are taken seriously in the world of fintech when I started, or in anything money based, right? I started in 2004 in property. I was the token female, the youngest female in the room. But now, fast forward 20 years, there's tons of women out there, and I love that. And that's what I want to see. I was the first ever female trader educator in 2012. And now I'm still seeing that, you know, either not enough female investment bankers, if not enough female traders, it's not enough female fund managers. And I'm constantly watching and becoming the change I want to see. So I took up financial trading. I thrive in a male-dominated world. So I've always loved kind of competing with men. It's just the way I was raised. And I'd see that a lot of women don't have the same aptitude when it comes to going head to head with men, just because of the way they were raised. You know, if you were raised with brothers and sisters in the household, and imagine your parents were like, oh no, you're a girl, you stay at the back, and your brother will go and do all the dirty work, or like all the gritty, like heavy work, then obviously as a female, you're going to think that, oh no, there's like girly stuff, and then there's pure alpha male stuff, and you will shy away from the alpha male industries, which are your financial worlds and the ones that make all the money right now. So I really want to encourage women to kind of walk into those arenas, or even just learn the skill set. Learning the skill set is financial trading. Learning how to be a good trader will mean you have financial sophistication when it comes to managing your risk, managing trades, and it's a very different industry to property. So property was something I think is quite easy to make money in if you're good at people, being a people person, good at kind of closing deals. You don't have to be that sophisticated, trust me. It's like a number. You can even buy, some people buy at market value, dare I say, which I don't recommend, but they can still make money if you hold on to property for long enough, because it's historically always made money. Financial trading is ruthless. You could lose a lot of money if you don't know what you're doing. So you have to be very sophisticated to be a good trader. And I've created some great traders in my students, male and female, and the female and, well, men and women who've done well in this have become better business owners because of their financial sophistication in trading. So my point is, even though I'm here trying to push founders to be really successful, and, you know, and kind of the areas where I saw the Billionaire Project founders becoming a little bit weak was in their understanding of revenue models, risk. They were kind of blindsided to any kind of financial sophistication. They didn't really think like an investor. And so the answer to that is actually become a trader first, or at the same time, and you will really start thinking like a money manager. A money manager is like a fund manager. I mean, I wouldn't be feeling confident running a private equity fund had I not done any kind of financial trading, because I think that's harder. I'm not running a financial trading fund because I think that's far too much risk on a client's money. I would only trade my own. I would never trade other clients' money. But when it's private equity, i.e. money is held into companies and invested and held there without the fluctuations of public markets, it's safer. So as long as you pick the right stock, you know, and in this case, you're picking not stock, you're picking private companies to invest into. And that is based on picking the right founders. All of that is what I am good at. And that's why I really want to have everybody who's ever considered raising capital get good at trading. So that's my aim for 2024. Notice my thought process. You know, I have to go really deep into understanding the whys and whats, and, you know, something wasn't working. Why wasn't it working? Why were there so many weak founders coming through the door? Well, because they don't understand they haven't got the financial literacy to kind of think like an investor. They were kind of thinking quite amateur. My traders are a lot more sophisticated investors than the people running companies, you know, and that was worrying. That was really jarringly obvious when I was doing all the trading, all the pitching workshops last year. So I am on a mission to make you become a better trader, because you will become a better business owner, and you will find property much easier because you will have better number crunching skills. But property is just easy anyway, on the basis you're a people person. So good news also when it comes to trading is that you don't have to be a people person. You can do it all by yourself, and you never have to set up a business. So all three different elements are my three pillars of wealth: property, financial trading, private equity, i.e. businesses, either create one, own, like buy one, or invest in one. And that's what I'm going to be doing, or at least my message for 2024 through my social media will be all of that. And I really hope you guys stay tuned. And I want to kind of help you guys in many elements that I can. This video was really just to give you an overview of how I'm doing it. So it takes a lot of thinking. It really just takes a lot of thinking. So if you have still not figured out your year and we're still in January, then don't worry. Just, it takes time to prepare it. But by February, you really should have a clear vision of what you want to achieve this year. And that's crucial. So I really hope that you get to watch this at some point in January if you're beginning of 2024. But whatever time you do watch this, just look back and learn from what hasn't worked. And please don't repeat those mistakes. Learn why these things haven't worked. Where is the foundation from where the problem has arisen? Where is the problem? Why is this problem existing? And how can we change it? And the answer is always going to be, you may have to become that change you want to see in the world. So hence I'm taking on the most uncomfortable journey of having to raise a 100 million fund, run a 100 million fund, and pick a team to, I've picked my team, but that will be a separate video of how I am picking a team on my private equity fund. That's going to be very interesting, and I want to share that with you. So if anyone is out there ambitious enough to run a fund, then I want to help you with it, or maybe you just watch and learn and you can execute on your own. So thanks, guys. Follow me on social if you want to see what I'm up to. If you want to come to any of my free events, I do plenty of free sessions in different places. And the aim of that is always one thing. I want to make the average human being wealthier. I don't want you to have to go through some crazy Ivy League college, or if you got to be this super polished individual. I think anyone can do it. If I can do it, then anyone can. So, but you've got to have a lot of grit and tenacity. And that's what I hope that my mentorship or somebody's mentorship, I think you guys need a mentor. If you're not sure, if you need that push, that definitely means you need a mentor. So go find one. If you need help, I can obviously be your mentor, but be warned, I don't play easy. So I do really tell you the truth, and that's not suitable for everybody, I'll be honest. It's not like coaching, let's just say. It's much more elite level because I kind of get people's standards risen really high. So good luck, guys. Happy 2024. And once again, thank you for watching this. So subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And one of my missions is, of course, to do more YouTube. And follow me on social. Instagram is where I'm very active. LinkedIn is my second most active. You'll see me on Facebook, Twitter, and whatever else, or X is still there. And I have to be honest, I'm not on TikTok. I don't know if I ever like it or will. Who knows? We'll see what 2024 holds. Speak soon. Bye.